almost once again started talking without unmuting my mic again. Good morning! I'm actually shocked my voice is not as sleepy sounding as I thought it would be. Although it probably still is. Kind of sleepy sounding. But not as bad as I thought it would be. Because I have not been up for that long. I have an alarm for 9:30 and then an alarm for 10, and then I usually wake up at my 9:30 alarm and then go back to sleep and then actually get out of bed after my 10 alarm. And then I had stream scheduled for 10:30, and so I was lying in bed at like 10:15 and was like, well, time to get ready for stream, and then crawled out of bed and set up stream. So, yeah, I have not been up that long. Which is also why I had my my starting screen up for a little longer than usual, because I had to go get my tea and everything. And I am gonna switch to my my synthy playlist again, but I have my regular BGM going for now. Actually, I feel like it's really quiet. There we go. I have regular BGM going right now because I need to mentally prepare to listen to music. So here's where we're at. I started doing some of the base coloring already so we could focus on more interesting things today. We've got stuff that's going on here that is not drawn in yet. We've got some coloring, we've got most of the line art done. If you can notice, this is empty because she's supposed to be there. There we go. I'm thinking of redrawing her pose, which is why I haven't lined her yet. But we've got most of the line art done. They're just faces need to be done. And I'm gonna like hide the coloring to work on that. So yeah. We're getting there. And then when that's done, I got another page to do. And her cover art, I need to redraw her face. We had like some little critique on our progress, and we only had to have a rough sketch done. Good morning, Woodyan. Great time, just got back from the bio midterm. Oh, perfect timing. How did the midterm go? I hope you got a good grade. Or I don't know if you know right away. Sometimes it's like auto-graded, and then you know immediately, and then other times it's hand-graded and you have no idea, and that's the worst. But let me know how you did or how you think you did. But yeah, we did a little like in class, like, let's see how far you've progressed, and my professor was like, her face looks different than any other time you've drawn her. And I was like, you're right. So I need to fix that. And also her eyes are like not the same size and stuff. I was like, yeah, I think I had an offline art day when I did that, so I should redo that. But I like her little crooked smile. I just might maybe I'll make her eyebrows not crooked, because she was like, there's just a few too many things that are crooked. So I was like, okay, I want the crooked smile, so what can I make not crooked? Probably her eyebrows. And her eyes that are funky. And I knew from the beginning that they were not right. But we're gonna start with the page, and if we get done with the page, or if I feel like moving on to something else, then we'll work on this. But probably we'll just be working on this. Most likely. And I'm gonna light my cozy little candle, because that seems like a vibe. I have my lighter. I enjoy my little lighter. It's purple. It's my favorite color. I got a 2-pack. I was shopping with my mom. I think this was the end of the summer, so I was preparing to come back to Coleg. but we were checking out and like the little big lighters were over there. And I was like, wait, that's something I need. I need a lighter for my candles. And she was like, if you get the 2-pack, I'll take one and you can take the other. And I was like, done deal. So I got the purple one. I think hers is yellow or orange, I don't remember. Don't know right away, but it is comp graded. I think messed up on 2 questions, so only lost 1 mark. Frustrating because you know the answer, but answered wrong. That does stink, but at least you know you got a good grade. That's good. And only missing 2 questions is pretty nice, I'd say. So, good job. You love purple too, and dusty blue. Ah, yes. Purple is my favorite color, but blues and greens are my second favorite. I love cool tones in general, and definitely like soft cool tones especially. Like pastels and dusty colors. Oh, very nice. I was about to say, you might notice my background is purple, but then I realized Clip Studio is in front of it. Wait a sec. I will show you. Where's my Clip Studio? There you are. My background is pastel purple. This is an old background. I drew this, October of 2020, when I was first planning on becoming a live streamer. And I needed my assets, and I was like, I'm gonna start streaming by the end of the month, so I need all my assets done by the end of the month. And so I like quickly rushed a bunch of like simple assets, the background including being one of them. So it's like a roughly done, really quick, like this will work for now. And I just haven't redone it because I'm like, you know, it still works, and you barely see it ever because I usually have something in front of it. In my just chatting screen, it's here. Wait, where am I? Please hold. There I am. Yeah, it's in this, so you see it here, but like I don't even use this screen that much, so I'm like, I'll redraw it eventually, but it's not a priority. It doesn't look hideous to me. But it's purple. All my background stuff is purple. Yeah, long time ago. And funny story, I did not start streaming at the end of the month. I did some test streams, and then I didn't actually start streaming until... Wait, I can actually check my channel. Let's go see. There's a long story here. Your channel. Let's see. My first live stream was 2 years ago. Why does it not show me the actual date? I don't want to click on it. I don't want to play the thing. Wait. Somewhere I should say the exact date, right? June 2023 was my first live stream on this channel. Flashback to, I'm gonna start streaming by the end of October in 2020. And then jump to June 2023 was my first live stream. Outside of test streaming that are not on this channel. I did my initial test streaming actually on Twitch because I was planning on using Twitch back then, and now I hate Twitch and I will never use Twitch. So that was also a change. I have all these like assets and stuff on Twitch. Maybe I should show you guys that. Wait. I hate using Twitch. I hate even going on Twitch. Where's my Twitch? .com. .tv, that's what it is. Okay. Go to my account. My channel. That's what it's called. What? What? No. Yes? That was weird. It told me to allow my fans to repost my clips. Like, no, I don't even stream, but also why would I want them posting it on their channel? Anyway, I think I have like icons. Yeah, I do. Wait a sec. I'm gonna share my screen with you so you can see. Okay, prepare for trippiness for a sec. Okay. This is my Twitch page. Look, I even have offline art. And then in the about stuff, I have little icons that I drew for Twitch in October of 2020 when I decided I was gonna start streaming by the end of the month. I did all this work. And then I went, no, I hate Twitch. I'm never using Twitch. And I never used all this. So yeah, that was a thing. I still have all these assets. They're old. And if I was actually using Twitch, I would redraw them, but I don't, so why would I? I like the bonk stick, though, on the rules one. I had all kinds of assets I had made. I had made myself, like, a schedule. You guys can see my files, so I don't care. I had, like, a schedule thing I made. Wait a sec. Okay. Let's see if it's in here. I forget. I've made so many things that I've just never used. Wait. Maybe it's in assets? No, I don't remember. I don't think- oh, here we go. I don't think I have anything in here that's like a spoiler or something I've done. But I had a monthly schedule I made and everything. And then I didn't use this either. Because this would have been posted on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter that much anymore. So, yeah. I was all set up. I also, in that same October of 2020, I'm gonna switch my screen back. I made myself a live 2D model, like start to finish, from scratch. I literally, in like 2 weeks, made myself a full functioning live 2D model. Sent the file to Arashi, because he was gonna rig it for me. And then was like, I want to start streaming by the end of the month, so can you have it done by then? And he was like, yeah, I can. And then he didn't. But there's a much longer story to why I did not start streaming then. Because now I just use this little PNG that moves around, because my laptop cannot handle live 2D and streaming at the same time anyway. Hello, Scan. How's it going? Boop back. So cutesy. You realize I'm supposed to be a bear. Oh. Well, to be fair, the ears were not drawn very well in this PNG. So that's fair. This is another thing one day I'll redraw, but I don't feel like doing it. So one day, that's not today. And my my live 2D model I need to redraw too. I'll show you guys that. Model. There we go. Okay, my original live 2D. Here you go. From 2020. This can move around and stuff. She can talk, and her hair moves, and even her legs move. Her whole body moves. But I made this in like a maximum of 2 weeks in 2020, and it's rough and it needs to be redrawn. But I don't use it ever, so I'm not redrawing it until I actually have the tech where I can actually use it. I was also working on a chibi model that I always forget about. It's taking forever to open because it's got files. That's actually still cute. I would still use this. Actually, I should finish this. So that's another model I was working on. Yeah, you know what? I should finish this guy. I think the sleeves need to be more... I think I was trying to make them not touch the body, but like, why? Why not? So I should make these thicker, because my arms look too thin. Like, this is supposed to be an oversized hoodie. But it's definitely improved. Yeah. I'm glad you think so, because I agree, and it was, yeah. But this is cute. I kind of like how I did the hair. It's very messy looking. But yeah. This is like closer to how I draw my ears now, as opposed to like the way my PNG looks. It's very like flat, and now I give them a little bit of fluff. And I think it looks more teddy bear-like, so that's fun. Yeah. One day she will come to life, and you will get to see her move. Maybe. Probably. Perhaps. Or by the time I'm able to actually use Live 2D, I'll hate it. And I'll start over. Who knows? What am I doing here? So this needs to be a dark blob like this, and then text needs to happen, and then some teeth details need to be added there, and then we need to do faces, and then this guy, he's gonna be the same kind of shadow effect, and then more faces, and then that I'm gonna save for last so I can decide if I want to change her pose or not. That needs to be lined, faces, his face, yeah, okay. I've already been shrimping and now my back already hurts. Oopsie. I am gonna switch my music though. The Midnight came out with a new album and I haven't listened to it yet. I added it to my playlist, but I think I'll save that for when my brain is more awake and ready to listen to it. It is an hour and a half long. There's 17 tracks, and they're all like good length tracks. I was impressed. There's a couple tracks on here that are almost 7 minutes long. The Midnight has been cooking. Anyway, we're gonna switch to my favorite The Midnight album for now. I feel like it could be a little louder. I've got like my laptop is like making a lot of noise, so I don't want the shh of my fan to overtake the music. Ooh. Also, my tea this morning is an Earl Grey. My classic morning tea. It is nice and hot, probably too hot for me to drink yet, but I also had a few sips of a ginger lemon with honey this morning because I was drinking that last night, didn't quite finish it, and this morning was like, this is probably good for my tired throat. So I had that before my Earl Grey. You're telling yourself you'd listen to Conan Gray's new album for months now? Well, here's your inspiration to go finally listen to it. I feel that though. I feel like I do this with new music that people I like release where I'm like, oh, I have to be mentally prepared and I have to have like enough time where I can just sit and listen to it without other things distracting me. And so I have to wait. I can't listen to it yet. I have to be ready, and then I like never listen to it. My poor VTuber Oshis have released so many songs I haven't listened to. I'm so sorry, my VTuber Oshis. my back already hurts. Oopsie.
Neon on the blacktop, there's a gentle rain downtown. Shadow pooling underneath me.
I moved all of my Yummyland dolls onto my desk, so now they're surrounding me.
Kissed you when I saw you.
They're cute little dudes.
I meant to say I love you, but instead I said goodbye.
I already hate that, right? How do you hate a blob? Well, it's just the vibes, you know? The vibes were not quite vibing. Also, I feel like this is a good thing to start with before my hand is totally warmed up, because it's literally just a shaky blob, and so if my lines are shaky, it adds to it instead of detracts from it. It's fine. Also, this is why I turn off correction, or is that what it's called? Wait. Stabilization. I turn off stabilization. I have, you might see that here, zero stabilization. I hate stabilization. I know a lot of people use it in like their art. It helps their art. But for myself, I hate it. Because it controls my lines and it makes them not exactly where I put them, and sometimes I want a little wobble. Like, it would make this not a wobble if I had stabilization on, and I want that. It makes it look more hand-drawn, and that's literally what I'm going for. So no stabilization for me ever. Today in English class, asked what element of nature represents you. We picked foxes, but should have went with valleys, because your name means valleys. Oh. That's cool. I like foxes though. Fun fact, I have been obsessed with my fox OC. Okay, that's a constant, actually. I'm always obsessed with my fox boy. However, the past few days, my brain has just been full of fox OC and his cat friend Mittens, who Strawboyery is obsessed with. They've been taking over my brain, and his bunny friends, Benny and Jolt. They've also been in there, but it's been the fox boy flair more than anyone else. And of course, I had to stop myself from getting too distracted and just drawing OC art instead of working on this, because I cannot take a break on this. I don't have time, and my hand was struggling a bit the past few days because, one, I have not taken a break like since the beginning of the semester, more or less. I mean, I've taken like small breaks, but not really. So I've been drawing like constantly for a while. And also, the weather is getting cold, and when the weather gets cold, my joints get all tense and unhappy. So my hand was like, I would barely draw anything and my hand was sore. It was not very happy. And so I was like, yeah, I cannot be drawing personal art right now. I gotta save my hand strength for this project. Okay, let's make sure we get all the crevices. I think this part should be good. Well, that's good. There's no like hard edges there, so usually color doesn't get like, or I guess the selection doesn't get like trapped in these little corners, and there's no sharp edges. Ta-da! Shadowy. This is my all-time favorite, The Midnight Song. Take breaks, we don't want you to burn out. Yeah. I mean, technically I took a couple breaks. I had a weekend I went home that I like didn't really work on this at all. Oh, that was fall break. I forget when that was. October at some point. Actually, I went home on Halloween too. That weekend. And I don't think I worked on it then. Maybe I did work on it over fall break, but not over the weekend. I don't remember. So that was a couple days I didn't work on it. And then, this past weekend, I worked on like a tiny bit every day, but not a lot. So it was like a semi-half break. Not really break, but kind of. But yeah. I might burn out at the end of the semester when the project's finally finished, but I can't stop right now because the semester is coming to an end soon. We're in week 13 of 16, and week 16 is just exams. So I have like 2 weeks left to finish this project. So I'll take a break at the end of the semester. I guess the liner there is done. I'm like, wait, but it's not done. There's more things, but there's more details that are not part of my line art process, so it's fine. Shocked how someone whose channel hasn't uploaded anything for a year is going live. Well, hello, welcome, and yes. Yeah, I'm in art school. And art school takes all my time. As I was kind of low-key going off about just now, because I was going, I can't take a break, I'm too busy, I'll take a break when the semester's over. But see, this is my school assignment, so I'm just streaming my school assignment and it works. The sax in this song hit so hard. Okay. I do have videos I need to work on though. I have plans. But I do have to put the warning out that any video I release before the end of the, well, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna trust myself. I probably won't upload before the end of the semester. Like I said, it's almost the end of the semester. But like any videos I upload while I'm working on projects will probably not be like full-scale design videos and stuff, because as I just said, I don't have time for personal art. But I want to do a sketchbook tour. I want to decorate one of my sketchbooks. Stuff like that doesn't take as much time, and I can just sit down and record it and then upload it as is. Whereas like my character design videos take more video editing and then voiceover and stuff, so it takes a lot of time that I just don't have, unfortunately. But there's stuff I could be working on, probably, kind of. Right now, maybe not. But soon, asterisk, maybe. I am in my senior year of art school to add context. So I'm busy. Have no free time. I thought I had no free time before, but I have even less free time this semester. Which is fine, because I'm having fun. I've actually had a fantastic semester. I love my classes. It's just I don't have time for anything else. Not alone, actually, missing that person too, and that's why you quit online work. Aw. Yeah, I feel like I don't know exactly what advice to give there. Sometimes it's tough to get that spark back. But if you really like want to, like that's something that you really care about and you really want to try and like get back into the grind of creating, I would say like come up with a project that you can do. Like for me, I'm doing a webcomic. a 6-page webcomic, and it's a class assignment, but it's like something that I came up with, and I have these like goals for it, and I have a strict deadline because it's a class assignment, but you could set yourself like a loose deadline, and be like, I'm going to work on this project and I'm going to finish it in X amount of time, and that's going to be how I like get back into it. And that could help, because I feel like once I get started on a project, then I'm like all in. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome, I want to do this more. But it's all a matter of like getting started. That's the tough part. So that's just an idea. You admire me because you got into medicine, so you'd keep your hobbies separate from work. Think you'd hate your hobbies once you actually work professionally on them. I totally understand what you're saying, because that was definitely my concern. For most of my life, I was certain I was not going to do anything with art as a career. The first job I wanted to do was writing. I wanted to be an author, and that was the exact opposite scenario. I liked writing, and I went, I just want to write all day. And so I was like, I'm just gonna be an author. And then my mom was like, that's great, and I want to support that dream, but what's your plan B? And I went, I don't know, what is my plan B? And then eventually plan B became plan A, because I was like, I can't write as a job. First of all, it's incredibly hard to make a living off of, and second, writer's block happened. And when you're just not writing for years, yeah, the author dream goes out the window. And then after that, I was like, well, I'm not going to do anything with art as a career, because I don't want to like start doing it as a job and then hate it, or like get burned out and then have to keep doing it, and then it's just miserable. And then eventually I went, I need to just stop fighting it and just get the art degree. I still have plans. Like, I plan on teaching, and teaching is a like pretty much guaranteed job, because you always like, the school system always needs teachers. There's never enough teachers. There's always a teacher shortage. So if you're able to teach, like, you're pretty much set. If you're out of work, you can get a teaching job. To teach in public school, you need a teaching license, but that's it. You just need the degree in your field and the license, and you're good. You can come back to teaching anytime. As long as you're doing like, there's like professional practices you do and stuff, but you know, it's all good. If you're teaching private school, there's different requirements based on the school, and sometimes they have less requirements. So it can be even easier, especially if they're desperate because they've been trying to hire an art teacher for 2 years and just don't have one. Sometimes that happens. So teaching is like, it was my main direction, but it's also like the backup plan at the same time, because I would love to have an art career, and like I want to do like my own art business, but I would also take like a character design job if a company would hire me in that. It would have to be a company I enjoyed working for, so that's also a thing. Like, as far as like getting an internships or an in, I'd pretty much work anywhere, but then if like I hate it after a year, like I'm not gonna stick around. But essentially, teaching is the main job direction, and then if I'm able to get an actual like art career off the ground, then that's the like ultimate dream job. Like, I wouldn't mind quitting teaching to focus more on the art career if it takes off and needs more time. That's the idea. Turn down the music. Okay. The music definitely got louder, sorry about that. And my voice is not 100% at full volume because it's still tired. You wanted to get a PhD in chemistry, realized you hated chemistry, so you were like, maybe nuclear physics or mathematics, but realized it would be hard to find an actual job. That's fair. Yeah, physics or mathematics does sound tough to get into. I feel like everybody hates chemistry. People who like chemistry are like a different breed. It's like most of the people I've talked to who were in a science degree of some kind were like, yeah, I decided to change my major after I had to take chemistry because I hated chemistry. And I was like, there's no way I'm passing that, so I switched. Like, I've known people in art degrees who switched from science because they were like, yeah, chemistry wasn't happening. Okay. That looks good. Oh, there we go. I knew there had to be something. Okay. Cool. Most people hate all math, but the real... Yeah. Yeah, chemistry. Chemistry. For real. I don't mind math to some degree. It depends on the math. I think specifically, I don't mind algebra. Chemistry, I cannot. The math in chemistry is the worst. I struggled in high school chemistry. Since I'm an artist, do I have any tips for learning to draw without losing motivation or feeling like you're never making something good? Let me think on that one. So that's definitely a tough thing to get past, because if you're learning, like, everything's gonna feel bad. Like, you're looking at all this fantastic art you're inspired by and you're just not creating it, and it definitely can be disheartening. I think every artist goes through that a bit. I think that's also comforting to know that, like, every artist goes through that. Is this the right thing? Yeah. Like, I was definitely in that place at some point. I think I, though, generally have more confidence than the average artist. Like, even when I know what I'm drawing is garbage, I'm like, who cares? I like drawing. So I motivate myself just because I'm like, I love creating things, and if it's garbage, it's for myself, so it's okay. I think that's a good thing with, like, keeping a sketchbook that's, like, you don't share with people, and it's just for you, and it's, like, just your daily doodle sketchbook. It's kind of like, this is just for me. This is, like, my version of a journal. Nobody else is ever gonna see it. So if it's garbage, it's fine. Like, it can be garbage. It's okay. And that's kind of how I approached art. How I still approach art, actually. Anytime I'm, like, trying a new medium or a new technique, I'm like, it's okay if it looks terrible, because I'm learning. And then I do things wrong, and I figure out how to fix them. How to motivate in general. Definitely track your progress. Because you'll feel like you're not making progress when you are. So keep all your old drawings that you don't like. And like a month down the line when you're practicing the same thing and feeling like it doesn't look good and it's just not how you want it to look and you're not happy with it, pull out that old drawing from a month ago and compare and track how much you've progressed, because that's very helpful too, to help you not just fall into that like, well, I'm never gonna be good kind of thing. Because like if you can see you're doing better, then that gives you kind of, it makes you feel better about where you currently are, makes you feel more hopeful that you will get better from there. It's something I do with my art now. When I look at it, is I'm like, is it perfect? Absolutely not. There's so many things I still have to learn and improve. But if like my 12-year-old self saw the art I'm making now, she'd be blown away by the fact that like that's me that made that. So that's a good motivator too. I definitely think a lot of like starting when you're still kind of new and learning is just being patient with yourself and just having fun, not focusing too much on how things look and focusing more on just enjoying the process and learning as you go. And remembering that practice makes perfect. So if something looks absolutely terrible the first time you do it, you just have to do it another few dozen times. And eventually it'll start to look better. And definitely take breaks and don't overwhelm yourself or burn out. And draw things you love. This is another thing, right? Where like, you know, when I was learning, and I was still not very good at art, back in my like DeviantArt days, I would have like more knowledgeable and skilled artists be like, you need to be doing studies. Like, you can't learn without doing studies. Do studies. Do your studies. Do it. And I'd be like, no, I don't want to. That's boring. I don't like drawing a million hands. I don't like drawing realistic faces. Well, why would I do studies? I just want to draw little cartoons. And you know what? I drew little cartoons for most of my time making art, and I did okay. And this doesn't mean don't do studies. Studies are very important and very good, and you learn a lot from doing studies. But if you just can't bring yourself to do them, then it's okay. Because you'll get to that point eventually, but that doesn't have to be how you start. You can start by just drawing what you love and just drawing your goofy little characters or whatever you like, your little animal doodles, whatever. You can just draw that over and over again because it makes you happy, and the more you draw, the better you'll get. Like, no matter what you're drawing. And then you can go from there. The biggest problem is having zero imagination, can only draw if you copy something you see. You end up eating a sandwich with the cats. That's just a matter of like practice, I guess. And that's definitely like mixing your studies with your creative exercises. Like, doing a million studies will help you better understand how something looks, and then it'll be easier to create it from an imagination. Words. But you also have to like practice drawing things without a reference if you want to be able to just draw from your memory. Because if you're relying on the reference all the time, then you don't have to like hold that memory of what the thing looks like. Because you know you can just use the image. So it's a bit of a balancing act, and it definitely takes time and practice. That's another area where, you know, just be patient with yourself and you'll get there eventually, and it's okay if it takes a long time. that mental library, that's what some people call it, is definitely something you have to work on, and will get better and better through the years as you keep creating and practicing. I have this little burb plushie on my desk, and he is staring at me very judgmentally. He kind of has like the dachshund side eye, if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll pull up an image if you don't know what I'm talking about. Dachshund side eye. Oh, I love these images so much. Okay. Copy. I have a dachshund, so I love dachshunds. They're so funny. Let's see. Create new from clipboard. This is the dachshund side eye I'm talking about. My burb plushie kind of does this side eye at me. And I love him for it. He's looking right at me with this face. Anyway. I'm back to our regularly scheduled program. Believe it or not, if you don't look at a reference, your mind becomes as blank as the page you're starting it, just waiting for your imagination to fall from the sky. Yeah, I would probably just do like exercises where, like, obviously drawing from reference is fine and good. And you shouldn't feel bad about it. Like, if you want to use references for all your art, that's fine. But, if you want to get better at not using references, I would do like an exercise maybe where like first you draw something with a reference and then you take the reference away and try to draw the same thing. And so you like have that fresh in your mind of what it looks like, and you try to like replicate it without looking at the object or your first drawing of it. And then like keep doing exercises like that until like the difference between the two art pieces is less extreme. That might help. Of course, I just kind of came up with that on the spot. So, I don't know if that's something other artists would recommend or not. But I feel like it would be a good exercise. What kind of things do you like to draw? Do you just draw like random objects with reference, or are there like certain things you're more drawn to? I can't follow the sketch too closely here because these eyes were definitely not perfectly aligned with each other in the sketch. Yeah, that one is a little too thick, I think. Now it looks smaller, but not bad, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. I like that song a lot too. My voice is still tired, so I can't sing properly. Learning on tablet, but no stylus and a small screen equals pure hell. Yeah, I bet. Oof. That sounds real tough, to be honest. I've known some artists who draw with their finger on a phone screen and somehow make like incredible art, and I have no idea how they do it. It's crazy. I want to try applying what I said, so could I repeat in order and briefly so I can write it down and try to follow it? Let me try and think back on what I said. Let's see. Number one, definitely just be patient with yourself, and kind of understand that, you know, everything takes practice and you'll get better with time. And then number two, I guess, was to track your progress. So keep all your old art that you don't like and compare it to your newer art to like see that you are improving. Let me think. There was more I said before the last one I said. Just trying not to like leave anything out. Hello, good morning. How's it going, Arashi? I'm giving out some little art advice this morning. Was just trying to summarize it all, and of course I don't remember everything I said, so I'm trying to remember everything I said so I can summarize it. Okay, I got the first 2 points though. I talked about doing like your exercises where you try drawing something with a reference and then taking away the reference and then trying to draw the same thing without it, and then kind of have that comparison and do that to kind of work up your ability to draw without reference. It's crazy how they do it with their fingers. Yeah, for real. I have a friend who's a skilled artist and literally draws with his finger. You just sit there shocked, not knowing how he does it. Yeah, crazy. Doing it tired? Yeah, same. My voice is still kind of raspy. I woke up at like 10, crawled out of bed at like 10:15, and then basically started streaming at 10:30. I was gonna listen to the Midnight's new album, but I haven't listened to it yet, and I was like, my brain is too tired to comprehend new music right now. Did I miss any of my advice that I had mentioned? I know I missed something, but I can't think of what else I said. So if anyone else remembers something, please drop that in chat, and I'll try to give a like better summary of it. I feel like I said a lot of things. And sometimes I talk and then immediately forget everything I said. It's like in The Office when Kelly, I don't know if anybody else here watches The Office besides Arashi, but when Dwight's all mad because the Steamtown Mall employees were mean to him, and he's like, everyone boycott! And they're like, let's think of a better solution. And Kelly is like, you know what? You need to pretty woman their asses. And then Pam was like, wait, no, that's a good idea, Kelly. And she goes, what did I say? Because she already forgot. That's me sometimes. You miss all the advice? Yeah. Woman moment. A little bit. Also, woman who woke up not long ago and hasn't finished her morning tea moment. Mm. Oh, that's what she's missing. I'm like, what am I missing here? There's something not right. I didn't sketch these in, so I forgot to draw them. Her not freckles, because they're actually patterns, like spots, but they kind of function as freckles. Same with her eyebrows that are not real eyebrows, but function as eyebrows. Which country am I from? You're Arab. Cool. I am from, America. The land of the free. Which is why I have this, very generic American accent. And every now and then a little bit of Southern American slips out, and then one of my regulars likes to point it out. But he's not here this morning, so he can't make fun of me. Well, actually, he doesn't make fun of me, but... Hello, the Lord James! Haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? A woman waking up at 7 doesn't finish getting ready until 7:45. Let me tell you, it gets worse. Some people, some women specifically, since we're talking specifically about women taking forever to get ready, some women will take 2 hours to get ready before leaving the house. It's true. It is not an exaggeration. 45 minutes is actually a short amount of time for a woman. And here's the deal. For me, for waking up, like, I just take a long time to wake up, so, like, I'm slow in the morning. But ignoring that, like, taking that out of the equation, women take a long time to get ready because they have to do their hair and do their makeup and, like, their skincare. Like, there's a whole long routine, which I don't do all that. I don't wear makeup. I, like, wash my face, brush my teeth, fix my hair a little bit, and I'm good. But... like, some women, it'll take them, like, an hour just to do their makeup, like, maybe an hour just to do their hair. So, it's, like, a whole intensive thing. And, yeah, that's the explanation. Still loving the profile pic? Yay! I'm glad you still love it. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I am in the grind. I am very busy with the semester, but it's been a really fun semester, so it's okay. It's like fun busy instead of like stressful busy. Am I starting to get a little stressed because we're reaching the end of the semester and I have this whole project that I need to finish? A little bit, but I'm still having fun, so it's okay. That's 2 whole hours. This is work, not just getting ready for school. No, for real. Yeah. This is why I'm like, nah. I don't do all that. It's too much effort for me. I'm lazy. I keep telling my friends, like, yeah, I want to, like, learn how to do makeup and kind of get into, like, doing it every now and then just for fun. But then the other side of me is like, with what time and what mental energy? I don't want to do all that. drew it back in like 2018. I definitely drew it a while ago. I love that you still use it though. That's awesome. Wait a sec. Is my stream still running good? I got a bit of a dropped connection for a second there. Am I back? Looks like I'm back. Wake up at 7, splash water on your face, and literally disappear from the house. You know what? I'm back, yay! Very fair, though. Yeah, I'm glad it was just a brief pause. I don't know if my internet connection in this room is bad, or if my computer has just not been super happy. It's one or the other. Who knows? Okay, these eyes are not the same length. When your sketch is not good, so you don't know what you're doing. On the note of just quickly getting up and getting out the door, that's how I was in high school. There were days in high school I woke up like 5 minutes before the bus got there and was like, oh gosh, I need to catch the bus. And then got out the door and caught the bus in 5 minutes. And nowadays I'm like, I don't know how I did that because I have no energy in the morning. I can't even like get dressed in a reasonable amount of time because I'm like so tired. And it takes me forever to get out the door. But it's not because I have a routine I'm doing, it's because I'm tired. And I move at snail speed and sit on my floor and stare into the abyss. Except this morning when I had to get on stream. You want to ask something? Is it true that in America Islamophobia has become so common? No. It's exaggerated. People like to say it's bad, but it's really only like a small group of people who are actually like that. And this goes for like a lot of like racism in America in general. People really exaggerate just how like rampant racial issues are. And that's not to say they don't exist. It's just that you're not gonna like walk up to your random white person and get like them like running away from you because they're afraid of you. Like that's not gonna happen regardless of what you look like. There are some people who are like that. A lot of the people who are like that though are like people who have like PTSD from like being in combat or things like that. Like old war veterans who've like been to other countries on the battlefield and seen people do like terrible things in that context, then are like afraid of the people that they've seen in that context. So it's like a PTSD association, and that's where you get like most of that kind of behavior, I think. Most average people are more chill, and then you get like more phobias in certain states, but not as much in certain other states. Do I have any Muslim friends? Currently, no, but I don't have a lot of friends right now. I used to. I used to have friends of like all different kinds when I was in public school. Now I'm in a private university with a smaller like subgroup of people, and so I don't meet as many different kinds of people anymore. That'll probably change in the future when I'm actually in a career, but yeah, I used to have at least one Muslim friend who was like a really cool dude. Her eyes are so far apart. Wait a second. Let's see. We gotta move this one over. Feels so much better. Feels so much better today. One thing we all share here, we can all stop. I can't speak words. Okay, no matter our religions, we can still talk with love and respect, just like now. Yeah, absolutely. This is a very religion safe area too. These streams, like we don't talk about like politics and religion really here, but I do not send people away for like any of the beliefs. Unless you're like, you know, forcing them on people in chat, like that's not cool, but like I don't care if you're religious or not religious or what. We're chill here. Don't have any friends right now either since you moved to the capital. Aw. I hope you meet some new people soon. I have a couple friends who I hang out with. Who like they were my roommates my first year at college when I was living on campus. And we've just kind of stuck together. But we're all so busy now and have such different schedules that we don't get to see each other as often as we used to. But they're still great. And it's pretty much just the three of us against the world. My two friends. I don't mind only having a couple friends though. I still don't like this, but I loved it when it was a sketch, even though the sketch was so wonky. But I think that's the problem, is like I liked the idea of it, but it wasn't clear enough what was going on in the sketch. Not a social person. You don't mind having a friend to talk to from time to time? Yeah, it's like this balance when you're not social, but you don't want to like, you know, drive yourself into a state of like lonely despair. It's like gotta find that balance of getting enough socialization without it being overwhelming. It can be quite the battle. I'm just gonna move on for now and come back to this because I don't know. I think having the context of the rest of the face will help me figure out what's wrong with her eyeline. Joke's on you. I am despair. Listen. Edgelord. Not the drugs and I like this song a lot. It's just good vibes. Better today. Okay. They don't look as bad now that I've got the irises in there. Okay. Why was her nose the wrong direction? What was I doing? Wish you could chat more, but use GPT to translate. Still learning English. Oh, no worries. That's super cool that you're able to do that and follow along. Learning a language is tough. I really need to get back to my Japanese studies. I was trying to learn, and then I was like in a club for learning Japanese, and then I stopped going to the club, and I haven't picked it back up since. I really need to get back to it. I was having some trouble though with like the specific like a teacher that was like assigned to my group in the club, because he would kind of basically just have us do the same speaking exercise every like club time, and we never really did anything else. So it was like, you know, good for practicing that one thing, which was basically a very specific type of sentence. But then I felt like I wasn't really growing in any other area. And yeah, it was hard to like do the rest of it without that practice, because it was like, this is only one aspect of the lesson that we're supposed to be doing. But it was an informal club. It wasn't like a, I mean, it was like pretty, they took it pretty seriously, but it wasn't like a class. It was just a club, so not everyone was like a teacher. They didn't all really know what they were doing. Didn't have like lesson plans. You have to go. See you in a while if you're still online. Okay, see you. Thanks for coming by. It was fun to chat. Okay, I need to get a close look at what I'm doing here. This is too far over. That's better. Just trying to make the eyebrows a little more even with each other. This is like an important moment, so I want it to look right. I think that's better. Still not 100%, but I think I might redraw this one part of the eyebrow. Yeah, it just doesn't quite look aligned yet. Yeah, it's too far over. Not too far. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end up redrawing that later. It just doesn't quite look right. And of course she needs some tears in there, and that'll change the expression too. I feel like her eyes maybe are too small. Maybe that's part of what's throwing it off. I don't even know. Oh, too far. Hello again. Welcome back. This morning, some of my regular viewers are not here, so a lot of the people who are more chatty are just not in chat right now. But it's also early morning for some people, so they might just be too sleepy to chat, which is cool. Sometimes we have a really active chat, and sometimes it's less active, and both are fine. I love having an active chat, but when I don't have an active chat, that just means I just get to chat more. More chatter. Although, sometimes I just hyper-focus on the art instead, but... There we go. That works. Got your hands full trying to get work done before work. Yeah. Gotta get work done before you work. Right. And sometimes my viewers are literally at work while they're in my chat. Arashi included. There we go. I like this song. This is a good one too. On that grind set. Yeah, man. Me too. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to do her tears. I kind of have to decide what kind of style I want to go for the tears, because I have not drawn any tears so far yet in this comic, and like once I do them, it's like that's the style for the rest of the webcomic. So gotta make sure I'm set on how I'm gonna draw them. When we were living in the days of thunder. Days of Thunder, good track, very good track. probably my favorite from this album. Wait, let me just pull it up and make sure that's true. Let's see. Got Gloria, We Move Forward, Days of Thunder, Kick Drums. Kick Drums and Red Wine is also really catchy, and Los Angeles is also really catchy. Yeah, but Days of Thunder would be my favorite from this album. This was playing in your head at work yesterday? That's very fair. I like listening to music with a guy with this kind of tenor voice because it's easy to sing because I have more of an alto range and this is kind of within my range. A lot of times when I'm listening to music sung by women, they're more soprano, and then it's harder to sing along to. Do we have any other pages that have been colored to show us? Oh yeah, sure. Let me pull that up for you real quick. Sprinter by Calafina has been occupying most of your brain lately. I can't play that one, that is true, but that is a very good song. Anyone in chat who has not listened to Calafina, I 100% recommend them. They are very good. They're not active anymore. They retired a few years ago. But they're like a classic like anime opening group who like used to be used for a lot of the like really serious dramatic anime that needed that like intense vibe. They're so good. It was like, is it 3 women who like do harmony and like almost sound like a choir because they're so like they're just so good. They have so much like depth to their vocals. Ugh, it's amazing. Okay, pulling up a page. It's loading. There we go. Okay, this is the page right before the one I'm working on currently. This is fully colored. So for this one, for context, she's sitting in the cockpit of her spaceship, and it's like in space. So for the background behind the panels, I have it all spacey to kind of like show the setting that it's in. For some of the other pages I didn't do that, but yeah. We got a spacey background, we got this guy who's not in a panel at all to kind of, I don't know, it's cool. Cool effects. And now, there's a detail I still need to add with this one, because this box thing is supposed to have fun, like, sci-fi lines on it. You'll see in the last panel, but I gotta add those there. And this guy, too. Needs the same treatment. There you go. That's a, like, fully finished dramatic shot. So, these crazy neon lines will be on the chip in the box for the rest of the comic. I just have to finish that. Sprinter, Oblivious, Heavenly Blue, Fairy Tale. Listen to those specifically. Yeah, it's Trio. Yeah, that's what I thought. Trio handpicked and trained by the composer, which is why they sound the way they do. That makes sense. Because composers are cool. And Calafina is very good. Also, Imer? Is that how you say it? The band who is basically the replacement for Calafina when they retired. They're very good too. Here's another page. It's loading. There it goes. A page that doesn't have the spacey background. Teehee. She's talking to some dudes in this one. They're Angie. And then she yells at him, and they beat her up. I really like the second page though, which is now loading. This one. I like this page. I like the colors in this page. We got a nice like spread. Like theoretically, if you're reading this as a webcomic, it'll be like zoomed up more like this. So you'll start with like this nice scene and then scroll down and you'll get the spaceship landing. And then you get her coming out of her cockpit and pulling out her flashlight going into this cave. And then my favorite part, this spread, where she's in the cave looking at all these cave drawings. And I just really like how this looks with like, it's outside of the panel and almost like the walls of the cave create the panel. And I just think it's cool. I think it's neat. And I like the like the tones. The gradation, I guess, of like the dark color and the lighter color and the lighting on her. I think it worked really well. Even the line work, and I feel like the anatomy worked really well in that one. I'm happy with that one. But yeah. Riona? Yeah. She's good too. Let me think of other people. Oh, what's that one that... Why can I not think of it right now? The one that literally everyone loves, who is doing a world tour recently. Getting her to do the Tsukihime remake opening was a good call. And that one composer who did the Gundam Unicorn, who's like incredible. Yeah, there's still some pretty good people out there. Ado, yes, Ado, that's the one I was thinking of. And then, Yoasobi, I think is how you pronounce it. Their name always confuses me too, but I really like them. Hiroyuki Sawano, yeah, that's the composer. He's incredible. Do I completely understand what the relevance is of kick drums and red wine specifically paired together? No. But I don't know, it's just the vibe, man. Do you also write stories? Yeah, I do. I draw more than I write these days. But I started out writing stories before I did like comics. So it's kind of like my origin story. And I still love writing, but what I say is that I'm in an eternal writer's block, because just writing doesn't come as easily to me anymore, and I can't explain why. But I think it was like after high school that I kind of got into that writer's block. And I took like a creative writing class my senior year of high school, because like I was really into writing and that sounded like a lot of fun, and it was great. It was a great class, but like my writer's block happened probably halfway through that year, and I went from like really enjoying like writing for the class at the beginning of the year to halfway through I was like, I can't finish anything. There were so many projects I like turned in unfinished or just didn't finish because I was like, I can't, it just isn't working. Bass tones and leisure drinking. You know what? No, that makes sense. Yeah. No, I get it. Okay. Arashi understands things better than I do. I'm just a girl. I need to write more. I had some new ideas about the climax of your character's journey you'll have to tell me about. Yeah, you should. Autism rant to me about your stories that I will probably not respond to, or I'll respond with just rip. But I read it. Yeah, no, I need to get back into writing eventually too. But I do comics a lot because it's kind of a way for me to keep writing, even though I'm having trouble with like the actual prose of writing. And I love comics because they combine art, they combine story, like it's storytelling through art. It's like my favorite thing. It's like a combination of my two loves. So yeah, I focus on comics mostly, but I really want to get back into writing novels someday. Short stories would also be fun, but I've always struggled with short stories because my stories tend to be just too ambitious to tell in a short amount of time. City of Angels, wedding dress, butterfly motif, and war scythe. Okay. Did I ever tell you about the climax, the like ending dramatic moment in Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 1, when she's wearing a gorgeous flowy white dress that has the similar vibe to the wedding dress and is kind of used in a similar way, like metaphorically. It's in her case it's supposed to be like a prom dress, which, spoiler alert, she doesn't end up going to prom, but her mom buys her this like beautiful dress to convince her to go to this dance, even though she's kind of being sad girl hours. So she wears the dress even though she has no plans on going to the dance because she has to go defeat the big bad vampire guy, and then she goes to face him wearing this dress, and it's beautiful. And I'm not going to tell you the result because you need to watch it. But it's like, it's so good in the scene. That was a good moment. That was the moment where Buffy the Vampire Slayer went from silly, goofy, making fun of itself to, like, taking itself seriously. Can you believe you had the character for like 10 years and have never named her? Yeah, I've done that too. I hate that. Naming characters is the worst. It's so hard. You think I mentioned it? You haven't seen it though? Yeah, we'll watch it. You'll see it. I'll force you. You have to watch season 2 of Buffy because season 2 is the best part of Buffy, but you have to watch season 1 of Buffy to watch season 2 of Buffy. And also, there are a lot of good episodes of season 1 that's just like Monster of the Week fun. I started season 3. And you know, I knew it wasn't going to be as good as season 2 because I was like, they can't top that. But I'm still waiting for something to happen, essentially, because I'm still like in the very beginning, essentially. Like, they've gotten through the intro where I'm at, which is like the first few episodes of season 3. So we got her like coming back to her life kind of thing after her trauma, and then reuniting with everything and figuring out life again. And that's where I'm at, essentially. Need something that draws on butterfly or metamorphosis for her. It's symbolic. Yeah. Growth. Changing. Having new life. Yeah. Butterfly. Speaking of butterfly motifs, you remember the live-action Cinderella? That was like the first of the live-action remakes that Disney did? And I was always like, this is the best live-action remake. They actually did a good job with this one. All the others after it were not as good. Like, this is the only one that matters. I rewatched it a couple years ago and was like, you know what? It's not as good as I thought it was. It's not bad. It's probably still the best one. But I don't know, I liked it better the first time. I feel like it's more lackluster than I realized it was. And also, I hate her dress. And like, that was the weirdest realization for me. Because when that movie came out, and you got that scene of like her dress changing into like the Cinderella dress with the butterflies coming out and everything, I was like amazed by that scene. I thought it was like beautiful. I thought the dress was beautiful. It was like dramatic and awesome. And then rewatching it, I was like, I kind of hate her dress. I like the volume and the flow it has when she's dancing in it, but I don't like it when it's standing still. I kind of hate the neckline. The dress she had on before had a prettier neckline. So I was unpleasantly surprised. I was a little sad. Season 6 of Miraculous. I honestly have not seen any of Miraculous. I should though. That's on my list of things I need to eventually get around to watching. So I'll have to let you guys know how I think of it after I watch it. Only decent live action remake? Yeah. I still stand by the best part of the movie is when his dad dies and he curls up on his bed like a child. Like the same issue with Belle's dress in the Beauty and the Beast remake. Yes, I'm trying to picture exactly what it looks like now. But I remember that being an issue, yeah. Disney just doesn't know how to make their costumes live action. Which is kind of sad, because it's doable. Like, that's basically just ball gowns. You can make a ball gown live action, no problem. Like, a lot of the time, those dresses from the original cartoons were based on a real dress. They would, like, make the dress first and then animate it. So I don't know why it's so hard for them. But they can't figure it out. They've just been getting worse over the years. Finished Black Bullet? Yeah. Relevant to crying like a child? Yeah. Yeah, I did. And I was kind of disappointed that there wasn't more. I'm getting kind of hungry. I just realized it's kind of lunchtime. I might actually, at some point, take a short break, put up my BRB screen, and go grab some food. Do I have leftovers? Maybe I'll just make a peanut butter sandwich. Okay, time to tackle this face. Okay. Wobbly eyes. Okay, that's not quite right either. One of your favorite gratuitous yeah. Yeah. No, I hate those parts of it. Because it's like, really? Like, you gotta take this, like, kind of wholesome, like, sibling relationship and make it weird. But also, it is actually a really good story. Alongside No Gay. I'm sorry, I couldn't get into it. It was just too immature for me, I think. Like, maybe if I'd watched it when I was 14. But I'm too old for his antics now. Yeah, I don't know anything about that one. You've probably told me about it, though. What about, I forget the Japanese name. An Angel Flew Down to Me or whatever. No Game, No Life is really good. I like the idea of it. I did watch a good few episodes and I was just not really enjoying it that much. I also, though, I always get bored by those shows that are like, oh, they're just incredibly intelligent and just win everything without even trying. They're just that good. It's just, there's no chance for anything to happen besides them winning. They're just gonna win. And then it's like, I use intelligence and I beat you because I'm better than you. Like, that just bores me. Because it's like the same result in every single situation and you know what's gonna happen and, like, I don't know. I get bored. It's like the same reason I haven't watched One Punch Man, really, because I liked the first couple episodes, I liked the idea, but I'm like, I'm gonna get bored so fast if he's just punching things. Kind of same deal with the Boku no Hero, too. It's like, he just magically wins everything when he pulls out his thing, so... It also... Although I did like, the everything that happens leading up to it parts. Oh no, that one? No, I hated that one. Yeah, I didn't like that one because it was just middle school girl crushes on her much older teacher, and I did not enjoy that. And her whole like, his big hands, woo, I want them to hold me. Like, no, thank you. One Punch Man stays fantastic through because of the side characters. They keep things interesting while elevating the humor of his one-punching things. That's fair. I probably should go back and watch it. I just didn't give it a fair chance because I liked the humor of it. And I love the meme of what is with this sassy lost child. I love that meme. It's not just middle school girl crushes on her teacher, that's just the intro. It gets a little better. Uh-huh, a little. Just a little, huh? I don't like the shape of this, so I'm trying to fix it. Moomin Rider? What? That sounds like a Kamen Rider spinoff. I'm confused. Which reminds me, actually, speaking of Kamen Rider, our little sister showed me a video the other day of a guy on a motorcycle who was wearing little tiny, like, little girl Halloween costume fairy wings, and had a fly helmet. And he kind of looked like a Kamen Rider knockoff, and it was pretty funny. It looked like it could have actually been a Kamen Rider helmet. But he had the tiny little wings and was doing like the fly hands thing, and it was funny. There's a scene later where Galil... yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Moomin Rider is a one-punch character. He is just a normal dude doing his best, and he's fantastic. 100% Kamen Rider reference. Nice. We like that one average guy who's just a heart of gold. Yay! She looks like she's seen things. Dance by yourself. Teehee Fang. Man, I am getting hungry. Maybe I'll take a break soon and go get food and then come back. Play Girls Frontline instead. It's better. Anime Girls Begun. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. I will not play Girls Frontline, but only because I can only put so many games on my phone. Free! No strings on you, no strings on me. Free. That's an anime. You'll see. Okay, that's fine, I think. Come to think of it, should write a video essay on the Kankoli anime and its handful of absolutely beautiful scenes, undercut by its attempt to be cutesy slice of life outside of those scenes. Yeah. I watched a good bit of that one. And yeah, agreed. I like the one scene where their friend dies and they're shocked. Girls Frontline is releasing on Steam soon? Oh, that's weird. When they see all the other gacha mobile games going on Steam and they're like, wait, we can do that? Maybe that's fine where it is. Watched all of it? I know. You remember half of it? Fair. Girls Front anime should have been so good. Yeah, I never expected it to be any good. Once this song ends, I am going to grab a sandwich because I'm hungry. Drawing her hands is weird because, like, usually they're just blobs, right? Wait a sec. Example. Blob hands. But when they're like zoomed up like this, and they're doing something specific, I kind of have to show the fingers so that it makes sense. But then I have to like balance the blobbiness with the actual handness. So it's interesting. No. I do want to move all this down. So it'll be like here? Yeah, centered. Let's like center it. There we go. Centered on the button. Can't believe they went to the studio that made the cute bread anime and the one about, yeah. Instead of someone with actual firearm experience. It was never made for the actual fans. It was made for the Garbo Slice of Life fans. I swear they thought they were gonna get the, I'm trying to think of a name for that type of fan of anime that's not like mean. They were trying to get that type of person to play the game, I think, rather than making a anime for their actual players. Should have gone with the GGO studio or Sunrise. Yeah. It was made for nobody. See, they didn't like it just because it wasn't good. But remember, studios are stupid. They don't actually know what their audience wants. So they thought they were doing something that they just weren't. Which I think is appealing to the average lazy consumer who just wants any cutesy slice of life with waifu characters. I think that's who they thought they were appealing to. I don't know what I'm doing with this hand. Stylizing is hard. You think they wanted to animate ripped clothes? It's too much effort for that studio. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they gave the rights to someone and then like washed their hands of it and didn't have any part in what happened, and then something happened and they were like, well, that happened. Oh, my song's over. Wait, that's time to pause the playlist. Okay, I gotta go get me a snack. I will be back shortly. I hath returned. Hello, Strawberry. Good to see you. Oh wait, my music. Teehee. I got a sandwich. I have a peanut butter and strawberry jam sandwich because I stole strawberry jam from the campus. I didn't steal it. Okay? I didn't actually steal it, I swear. It's like one of those packets they have at like one of the little like restaurants. Um. Num num num. Okay. Art time. Beep button. I hate drawing buttons. And round things in general. But Clipsy, why don't you just use the circle tool? Well, why don't you let me make my life more difficult? That's not quite right either. My obsession with drawing circles myself, it's like my obsession with not using any kind of stabilization where like I want it to look hand-drawn. That's like kind of the point. And also, I don't like the circle tool. Specifically Clip Studio Paint's circle tool. Let me just show you so you understand. We got our ellipse here. It's not a circle, it's an ellipse. So you make your ellipse, and then how do you know it's centered? How do you know it's a perfect circle? Answer, you don't. Look, you try to make a rough, that looks perfect, right? And then you, nope, that's not a perfect circle. So no, I don't like, I like in Adobe Illustrator, when you do this, it has like this like crosshair kinda, that goes like in the center to show you when it's perfectly symmetrical. And so I like that one. I like that circle tool. I don't like Clip Studio Paint's circle tool because it is like impossible to make an actual proper circle. Automation breeds stagnation, reject modernity, embrace tradition. Agreed. My random gasp there was because I dropped my teddy bear, in case you were wondering. He fell on the floor. My poor baby. I got him back though. Hello, Strawberry. I don't know if your stream is caught up properly, because I've been back for a little bit. So maybe you need to refresh your stream if you only just saw me. Or maybe you're just not watching really. I don't know. I don't know your life. I was just telling them that I've been thinking about mittens recently, and I thought you'd be happy to know that. This is one of those the midnight songs where I'm like, do I totally agree with the message of it? But it's about the vibes, not about what the song's singing. There's some good to it though. It's kind of like, don't like just stagnate and do nothing and have no enjoyment in your life because you're scared. That's kind of a part of it, and that's good. That's a positive message. But there's that line that is what I'm like, because he's saying basically, just go for it, don't think about it. And it's like, well, what if she's not the right girl for me? Don't worry about it, just date her. That's basically what he's saying, but it's like not meant to be taken that way. My brain just goes, maybe like think about what you're doing a little bit before you just go for something, but you know, it's fine. It's called, wait a sec, it's called prom night. It's called prom night, so like it's supposed to be like live your high school memories and don't worry about it. You're in music class listening to 9 Inch Nails. Cannot be here for long. Remember, you get dragged up. Well, thanks for stopping by. You're listening to 9 Inch Nails in music class? I feel like that's kind of crazy. Goodbye. That is a button. I think that button is too small, but am I gonna fix it? Yeah, probably I will later. Because it'll probably bother me. Because I don't think it matches up with... Oh wait, actually, that's this. This is the right... Wait, no, I don't want to do that. I want to... Oh, this. There we go. That's what I want. This has the button in it. There we go. That button. See, that's the same button. That's also a more cartoonized hand. I like this panel better. But it's like finger to button ratio. Is like reversed. I'll redraw it later. I'm too lazy right now. I need to just keep moving. And eat more of my sandwich. I didn't like this one in the sketch, so I'm hoping it comes out better in the line art. I already feel like I like that better. Ugh. My neck was too tense, so I had to stretch it for a second. I don't know what I'm doing with these heiresses. They were drawn in a weird position. That's her, I know. Okay. Okay. There we go. Ugh, I still don't know what I'm doing with these eyes. Yeah, actually I like this better than the sketch. Okay. I don't like the difference in line weight. Her bottom lip looks huge now. Okay. I also feel like I wanna bring this down a little more and kind of give more shape to the bottom lip. I think that might work better. Okay, that's better. Now I just have to figure out the dang irises. My sketch was just not good for this one. So it's not helping me. I don't like it. I'm gonna come back to it. Monster. Just saw Kiara fan art, clearly inspired by Gunslinger Girl. What? What? That is interesting. Kiara, too, of all people, is such a, like, random, but at the same time... Okay, where did this go? This is another thing I don't like about Clip Studio. I, like, accidentally bumped the wrong position, and it, like, zooms out the whole thing. Like, come on. That wasn't what I wanted you to do. Anyway, Kiara, I feel like, has a, like, more niche fan base. Like, people who are into more unknown things. She's kind of a weird enigma. So I feel like if any of them had fans that knew, like, really obscure little things, it would probably be Kiara's fan base. Or Ina's. I can also see Ina's fan base being like that. But also, Ina unfortunately did have all the people who were just simps for her back. That, like, that doesn't fit her at all. It's just how her fandom ended up, so... I don't know. Monsters. Seeing commenters say KPF 90 like they recognize it? Oh. Ina seems like she'd like Gunslinger Girl. See, doesn't she? It just fits with her. She likes more like odd, emotional, kind of dark things. Like she's a big Yoko Taro fan. It just kind of fits with her. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to those irises. Okay, let's see. Now we gotta work on that. Do the tears. Oh, and that. I'm gonna save that for later, though. This face, I think, came out pretty good. And that one. Oh, we gotta do her eyelashes here. Speaking of which, still need to play Ender Lilies. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, I have to play that too. That's too much. Okay. I really want to make use out of the Wacom Intuos, not the Intuos, the Cintiq, the big Wacom tablets in the art classroom. I really want to make proper use out of them, but I don't have time to work on things outside of this comic, and I can't do this comic with that because there's certain features that I use in Clip Studio Paint for it that do not exist in Photoshop, and I can only use Photoshop with the darn tablets because it's the only drawing program on those darn computers, which I think is actually terrible because it's literally the art program at the school. I think they should have more than just Photoshop because it's not a real art program. But they have, like, you know, the deal with Adobe where we get the whole suite. And students get access for free and they get a discount on it. So, like, that's why. But there's not even, like, a free program on there. And we can't just download whatever we want. So I just don't have any of my art programs, and I don't really like using Photoshop, and Photoshop doesn't have all my tools and my brushes. This brush especially is the most important because this is like it's made to be a more realistic pen. So it's got a bit of a grit to it, and it gives it that more hand-drawn look. Whereas Photoshop does not have this brush, so it's like the very smooth, like these, where it's just smooth. It's no grit. And I need my gritty pen! It's part of how I get my look. So yeah. I can't really make proper use of the tablets while working on this project, and it's very sad because I only get access to the pen for them while I'm in this class because we're like, oh, using the tablets for the class theoretically. Once I'm no longer registered for this specific class, I don't get access to the pens anymore. Very tragic. Don't like Photoshop for art. It's a photo editing software. Exactly. A lot of people do like it, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It works, but I don't know. The computers are also Macs, and I hate Mac. They're apparently the best thing for graphic designers, but I'm not a graphic designer. And I don't like Mac. I really don't like Mac. So I have to put up with a lot of things I don't like in order to use the tablets that I do like. Num num. Okay. I wanna add the text up here. I liked my sketch for these, so I'm gonna kind of trace my sketch. Just realized we've had a lot of games about killing clankers lately. Everyone's sick of AI right now, so that just makes sense to me. People would be really enjoying beating up robots when they're sick of dealing with AI. Kind of checks out. Maybe I'll just do this. Yeah, there we go. I want a nice big brush so you get like intense grit on these letters. And I do want them to be like sketchy and messy. So I like that look for this text. The balance of, I want it to be messy, but not too messy. So it's still legible. Okay. Now let's get rid of my sketch and see how that looks. I added an extra O because just the 3 felt not quite drawn out enough, because if the word normally only has 2 O's and I have 3, that's like only 1 extra. But this H is too thick. Oh, wrong layer. Okay, let's do that. And then move it up a bit, because that bottom part is too close to the edge. Okay. And then the whole thing here, move over a tad. There we go. I think I want more of a dramatic arch for the O's too, because they did have a bit of an arch, but now it looks not the most intentional. Just no, I like that where it is. I'll just move the O. Doop. Bloop. Bloop. Yeah, that works. Okay, there was a dot here I don't want. Okay, my beep sound effect, I need to be consistent. Oh, wrong one. Okay, how thick was this? Maybe like that thick. Did I do an exclamation point? Yes, I did. Love like an ocean. Okay, there's that. And then the way I did the outline, select and then expand selection. I think I expanded it twice, which you can set the number of pixels it expands by, but I just kept it to how I had it set beforehand. Now you can't see that right now because it's white on white, but Now there's a little outline, so when I put color down, it'll be outlined. In this case, it's just to be consistent, but originally it was because it's outside of the lines and kind of on top of them, and I wanted it to be clear. And if I make the button big enough that it is in the way, then I'll just move it down. And then it will be kind of on top of... Oh, but I'd have to move it up. Here, I'll show you how that's gonna work. Up here. Yeah, so then it'll be like that. And I might not label the button because we've already had it labeled, so you should already know what it's doing, but I might. I'll think about that one. Okay, now what? Oh, it's hard to look at. Oh, I need to do the teeth C's up here. So this guy's got teeth on both sides. Shut up, please. Sorry, not me yelling at my phone. Yeah, TV's like this. Okay, so the center ones go out, and the other ones go in. Where's my line at? Okay. Here we go. I'm actually going to hide this and just draw these normally, and then we're gonna make it white where the shadow is, so that you can see them through the shadow. And same with the other parts of the box. Okie dokie. Those teeth are too small. Should I make them bigger? Probably. Yeah, let's do that. Do I feel lazy and not really want to do it? Yeah. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Ooh. I want this to sit right so it won't be a tangent with her. Of course, where she is, she's gonna be, that's gonna be erased. But I don't want the lines to sit on top of each other weird. Okay. Maybe that'll work. Oh, I just pressed cancel. Oopsie. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Now that that's there. Okay, I think I do need to move these more though. Over a tad. Okay. Okay. Now bring this back and take my white. Now where's the box? There you are. Oh. There we go. Okay, I don't want that though. About there. Yeah, there we go. Miss the last train tonight. Let's see how that's looking. I kind of had like her color disappearing as it's getting closer to here, because this one I want to be fully monochrome. And then he gets his fancy neon lines. Okay, I do need to fill that in. Can't even draw within the lines. Oh, right. I think that's fine. I think I just need to fill it in. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Don't want her to be drooling. Okay. Want... Oh yeah, I still need to fix this one. Oh, I also need to add the logo to her outfit. I was lazy before and didn't line it. I skipped around quite a bit for the process this time. You're here! Hello! Good to see you back. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't give her her cheek spots in this one, and that's part of why her face looks so naked. Oh no. You can't hear anything? Uh-oh. Stream sound is working fine, right? Music class ended 20 minutes early. Nice. You watched a Radiohead music videos? Wait, that's kind of awesome. Do I need to turn up my volumes? Actually, they're pretty loud. You're on the hot... Huh, interesting. Okay, I'll turn up a little bit. Testing. Testing. Okay. Okay, how's that? I can turn it up a little more. Wait a second. Okay. I'm not gonna turn it up much higher than this. Because if I, for some reason, randomly yell, then it'll go into the red, and that'll hurt your ears, theoretically. So I hope that's loud enough. I totally understand. School is definitely too loud. I avoid, like, what do you call it? Like, the eating areas on campus as much as possible now. Because they're the worst. They're so loud, they're so echoey, and, that was my least favorite place to be in high school, was the school cafeteria. Perfect, yay! I'm glad to see you back. I missed you. You missed me talking about my OCs. I didn't talk about them that much, actually, but I did mention, like, beginning of the stream that my brain has been full of my fox boy and his cat friend, and yes, it's that cat. Mittens and Flare have been taking over my brain, and I've had to, hold myself back from making art of them because I need to work on this project. Loki, you wanna skip German class? Aw. Let's hold hands and achieve world peace. Oh, well, we can try. That cat. Yeah. That thing. Literally, I was literally imagining, okay, so Flare, my fox boy, is like Mitten's best friend, right? But Flare's other best friend, Joel, does not like Mittens very much. So literally I had like, in my head, they had a conversation where Mittens was annoying Joel, and Joel was like, Flare, come get your cat. As if he was like his pet or something. Don't ever hold yourself back when it comes to making art of Mittens. Yeah, you would say that. I should make a doodle of him. It's been too long. I miss him. And Flare. He's in my brain probably more than any other OC, which is interesting because Benny is the one that I'm like, this is my main OC, but I probably think about Flare more than I think about Benny. And then I end up drawing him more because he's in my brain. everything used to be Benny for me. Like, he used to be on every page of my sketchbook almost. But not as much these days. Okay, bye! Good luck with German class. I'm still here! Hello, welcome back. Yeah, I will probably be ending stream in like 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. Because I have a class today, but it's not until 3:15 and it's 1:40 right now. So like around 2, or like right after 2, is a good time to turn off stream and get ready for class. And Jackson 5. Okay, this is not quite in the right spot. I need to move it a little bit. Okay, it's getting there. Okay, that I think is better. Yeah. I want her little eyelash here, but I want it to be kind of pointed down because she's looking down. There we go. Should take another bite of my sandwich. Yummy. Oopsie, I accidentally paused my music. Just trying to readjust my earbud because it was falling out of my ear. Everybody not to walk away somehow. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, maybe this is good. I'm like trying to decide if I like the expression here, because it's like less sad than the sketch was, but at the same time, this is when he's encouraging her, and then she like snaps out herself out of it essentially. So maybe it's a good like in between, super sad, a little less sad, not sad. I don't know. I might raise this eyebrow a little bit. Why is there a white dot there? Ew. That's better. Okay. In class, you're here. Oh my goodness, you're back. Hello again. Can you listen to me and your teacher at the same time? She is so determined. Well, as long as you don't have to listen to anybody, I guess you're good. Okie dokie, that's all the faces. Let's see. There's something I didn't know. That one. I didn't finish that one. And then I have to add the tears. You know what? I'm gonna ignore that one for now, because I don't want to deal with that right now. I'm gonna add her tears. So we gotta hide the color again so I can see my sketch. Okay, I want a different layer for the tears, so I can mess around with them a little. Actually, this sketch does not help because I moved the eyes around. Let's see. Big blobby tears. This one should be the most teary because this is like the big dramatic moment where she's all upset. That tear needs to be bigger. This might be the most like sad boy, the Midnight Song. Usually they've got kind of a fun vibe to them, but this one's just sad. No, I don't like it. Oh no, that's too big. My struggle with tears. I always struggle with tears because I'm never sure what style I want to go for my tears. I feel like it changes up every time I draw them, which is why I saved them for like last with this, because I wanted to think more about the style I was going for. I just want this to be a little rounder. I think I should be using a thinner line weight, because I'm like using really light pressure to get thinner lines when I could just be using thinner lines. Yeah, that's better. Wasn't asking for gold. There's a place of I don't know if I like it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But I kind of want to do just like little tears on the sides for the rest. I'm not sure I even like that, honestly. I don't know. I feel like it's not clear enough, like this is a big blobby tear. Maybe that's a little better. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm feeling it. I might have to play around with the style more. Yeah, we'll work more with that. Cause I don't know yet. I don't know. But I can finish Bit's face over here. What? Oh, there you are. The story of why this is so randomly like half finished is because it was like 1 a.m. or something, and I was like, I need to go to bed soon so I can actually wake up for stream in the morning, and I just put everything down and got ready for bed. Almost getting by. I gotta be honest. This is a good song, but every time I hear it, I think of when Michael Scott is like, no doubt about it, I am ready to get hurt again. When he's like mourning the situation with Jan where he was like being terribly treated and he finally got out of it and he's like, I'm not gonna date for a while because I need to get over that. And then he sees the chair model and is obsessed and he's like, nope, I'm gonna date again. Yeah, I just think of that line because of the ready to love you like I can, like my heart's not breaking. That line just makes me think of Michael Scott, but like the more poetic version. If there's a chance we'll take it. Ready to love you like I can. My heart's not breaking. I but I'm missing you. Arc Raider's fun, but gotta stop playing to get to work. Yeah. Yeah. You work at 2? Yeah. My sister being like, oh, this place on campus has free hot chocolate for 2 days. And I go, I get free hot chocolate every day in the commuter lounge on campus. Unfortunately, free hot chocolate does not entice me anymore because I just get it for living off campus. Oh, Wedneon has returned! Hi! How's it going? I'm actually debating if I should keep his eyes like this or if I should make them just regular boxes. Nah, I changed my mind. Nah. I like him like this. He looks more serious, composed. Got all your rusty gears and helped another dude extract. Oh. I was like, rusty gears? What is he talking about? I had already forgotten you were talking about Arc Raiders. But that's cool. My legs. I've gotta stretch them. Bit is cute. I like Bit. Look how cute. What a cute little guy. He's literally just some pixels, but I like him. Can't believe he said that on my stream. Oof. Put a censor over this guy. Cursing on youtube.com? I don't know if you guys can even hear the lyrics of my song or not. How does everyone have crowns? So I think it's botched. I don't think the system works properly. But the crown is supposed to signify who like essentially the most active chatter is. There's a little more to it than that, but like a lot of it is like super chatting and like collecting points that I don't have because that's specifically for monetized channels. So I'm not 100% sure what all the stats are that it's like taking into account, because Arashi has been #1 chatter for the past several streams, even though he has not actually been the #1 chatter in all the streams. So, I don't know. It might also have something to do with like how many streams in a row you've been to or something. Or just general watch time. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Arashi has like streams up just playing in the background even if he's not watching, so that could make him more #1. But I don't know. Prefer helping each other out. Engaging in PvP is too risky. Yeah. Didn't know that? Yeah. It's a new system on YouTube. So I think it's just they haven't worked out the kinks and it doesn't work perfectly yet. Off and on today, was second for a bit. Oh, you were? I didn't even notice. Okay, wrong thing. There we go. Bit is not my favorite part to line because I don't really love lining straight lines. It's a little annoying, but he's worth it. He is wonderful. I like my pixely man. I designed him a little robot body. I wish I could show you guys, but it's in my sketchbook. But it's cute. What character are you on the second chance convenience store? Oh! I was at the second employee, the like older lady who has a grown-up son who she's like, her relationship with is not good because he just sits in his room playing video games all day. I think I'm like maybe halfway through her part. She got to the point where she like, what's her name? She warmed up to what's his name. It's been probably like a week since I've read it, so I don't remember anyone's names anymore. But she warmed up to the main dude, and she was like, maybe people can change. And then I think she's about to go reconcile with her son, but that's where I'm at. Still in the beginning somewhat. Yeah, what was it like? episode 17, something like that. Still pretty early, so I got a lot left to read, which is exciting. I realized when I was giving my presentation on it in class that it is actually a really new webtoon. Like it's from this year, which is really cool. One, because there's a lot of it out already, and two, because I haven't read anything recent, and like nothing recent has really caught my attention. But this one's good. Yesterday. I definitely got people interested in the Second Chance convenience store when I presented on it. They seemed quite fascinated, and then the girl next to me was like, I need to go read that now. So that's fun. Oh yeah, doko? I don't know if that pronunciation is right, but yeah. You were calling him Dab Doob? Aw, teddy bear. No, that's so fair. He is a big teddy bear. That's adorable. Yeah, I definitely struggle memorizing Korean names. And his is not even a name. It's like a phrase. And I don't know if that makes it easier or harder. Unfortunately, Korean names all kind of sound the same to me, which is bad, but it makes it hard for me to memorize them. I'm out here with Korean OCs with like actual Korean names, and I can't remember Korean names for the life of me. Yay, he has a face! Okay. Are there any more bit faces that I didn't do? No. No, he's good. Okay. Let me make sure he's all colored in. Have I colored in any of them? Let's see. No. Okay, there we are. He gets the same green as her hair. Teehee. Okay. Also up here. Hello, sir. Actually, this one needs some touch up, so the lines look kind of funny over there. Oh wait, no. This one I did the pink color, because he's muted here. So it's like red, essentially, to signify that he is muted. Okay. That's why he's so cranky. Because she muted him and he's mad about it. I think this one's my favorite when it comes to the tears. So maybe I'll do them a little more like that. I don't hate them. Okay. I should color this background. This color. And everything outside the panels gets this treatment. My computer is very loud right now. Okie dokie. Make sure that looks good. This might need some touch-ups. Let's see. Oh, pretty good actually. There we go. Cool. Okay. Nice. Oh. That's everything. Yay. Cool. Okay. Now we can color the background. Oh, I need to end stream soon. I need to start getting ready to leave, unfortunately. And I need the gray. Thank you. And then for the paya, I need, where are you? Here. Burning like a neighbor. I need these colors. Is that the right one? I think I picked the wrong one. I think that's the outside color. Oopsie. Yeah. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong one. There we go. Sheep. It sounded like I said sheep, like the animal, but I said ship, but with a funny voice. Sir? I think that needs to be fixed here. Oh, I'm still on the eraser. No, I guess it's just the ship color. Yeah. It leaked out. There we go. Okay, it looks good. And this will get some highlights, like I did it here. Actually, it's very simple highlighting here. But if it's simple here, I should probably keep it simple. I might also put the planet she was on, like here, or something. I wonder if I should color his face the space color or leave it white. Because he's a shadow and the face is almost like a void. Absence of shadow. Is it okay if you call me Clips? Absolutely. Whatever you want. Sorry, I was hyperfixated. I didn't see your message at first. I have a question. Your friend says it's not obvious you're your age, but if you'd guess what age. Let me think. What age would I say you are? I feel like that's a difficult question for me because I've met so many people who don't seem like the age I would immediately assume. Like, I've definitely met adults online who I thought were 12 at first. So maybe my perception is now skewed. But also, as like someone in my mid-20s who's in college, I also am surrounded by like younger adults that like seem more childish to me. So now like everyone who's under like mid-20s all seem the same to me. So I could see you being anywhere between like high school to college years, like, you know, teens to early 20s. Like, I could see you being anywhere in that range. I could see you being like just like a middle schooler who's more mature, but I feel like I wouldn't guess middle school. I would guess older than like late teens to young adult. I don't know. But I don't see you physically, so that also makes a difference. I am Clippy. This is my name now. Everyone on the internet is a 12-year-old boy in a Call of Duty lobby. Or a 12-year-old girl who tried to play Call of Duty and got bullied out and cried about it. Nom 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 nom. Okay, what was I currently doing? Let's do this part. Do I have the color for this one? Yes. Right here. Ah, I paused my music. I hate it when I do that. There are no girls on the internet. That's something a 12-year-old COD player would say. what? Actually, you know what? This should be... Oh, what do I want to do with this? Yeah, I should not color that color. I should probably actually add some background elements to this. I should have like the side parts going back, and then this is like the background. I did simplify it. I'll mess with that later. Only ever met girls on the internet over the years. Interesting. I've met a good mix. I feel like in the art community, there are more girls than guys. Just because there's more female artists, I feel like. Just like generally statistics wise. But then in the gaming area, there's more guys. So I've met more male gamers and more female artists, I suppose. I was so negative about these tiers, and now I really don't think they're a problem. I think they're fine. Yeah, I think they're fine. Okay, this one I do want to be this color. And then we'll have the little bit of the metal part over there. So we'll add that in. I was real lazy with the background for this one in the sketch. Okay. Where did that line come from? Hello? I have to figure out which layer this is on now. There it is. Which layer is this? Oh, it was probably when I was coloring her eye, I picked this and then accidentally drew it somewhere. I don't know. Weird. I don't know what layer's what anymore. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the line art layers. Okay. More on the fandom side of the internet. It's 99% teen girls, but noticed something. When you were first on the internet, everyone was older. Now almost everyone are younger, especially in fandoms. I mean, the 12-year-olds have always been there, but I think fandoms were more adult than now. Like, depending on the fandom. I think people just, like, grouped amongst themselves more before. So, like, the 12-year-olds were in certain places, the adults were in certain places. Like, Markiplier's community was all 12-year-old boys. And girls, actually, because a lot of 12-year-old girls shipped him with Jacksepticeye. But I feel like certain fandoms, like, were more adults and not as mixed. And now it's, like, everyone's just everywhere. There's not a lot of, like, boundaries, I guess. Like, fandoms were more closed communities in a sense before, and now they're like, if you shut people out, you're like hated for it. So like now everyone's just wherever they want to be, and so now you have more 12-year-olds interacting with adults, I feel like. Wasn't really in fandom spaces back in the day. Can't comment. Yeah, I'm just thinking of like the like Tumblr fandoms that our friends used to be in, like in high school. And I know those were like, I didn't see a lot of kids just like in the spaces they were in specifically, but yeah, I don't know. Also, like, high schoolers are like a weird middle category. Like, they're not kids, but they're not adults, and depending on who you talk to depends on how they treat them. Because, like, teenagers have always been in, like, those more adult fandoms, I feel like. Like, the Supernatural fandom was probably, like, mostly teens and 20-year-olds. Like, that kind of age range. But it was, like, a quote-unquote more adult space, whereas, like, I don't know, the Mario fandom, the Sonic fandom would be mostly 12-year-olds. But, like, teenagers could be in either one of those groups. And now I feel like in adult spaces, teenagers are treated like kids, and in kids spaces, they're treated like adults. And I don't think there's that big of a difference between, like, a 16 or 17-year-old and, like, a 20-year-old. I think everyone is kind of just a kid until they're, like, in their mid-20s. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm doing. This theoretically should be this color, but I feel like I should actually make it one of these darker colors just to differentiate it, to make that bit stand out more. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, I need to wrap up so I can get ready for class. So, yeah, anyway, I think that's about it for now. We got some good progress done, I think. I just got a few colors left to put in. I got random things that still need to be lined. And then the star effect, my planet, highlights, and yeah. And the lines on the sky. Mr. Brightside just started playing at work. A good song. Heavily depends on the responsibilities they have and experiences. Yeah, it really does. The number of, like, adults I've met who, like, just feel so immature and irresponsible and, like, they can't, like, do things on their own. Because they're, like, the youngest sibling and never had to do anything by themselves. And they had, like, a really easy life and didn't realize it. Versus the, like, older or, like, middle siblings who, like, the entire world was put on their shoulders and they've had all these experiences and, like, lived a whole life as a child and, like, are the most mature people you'll meet even if they're younger than you. Yeah, there's a wide range. Probably what I would say is my best friend right now is younger than my little sister, who's 4 years younger than me. And I don't think of her as being any younger than me, but then my little sister feels like so much younger than me because, like, she's the baby of the family. She has some immaturity still. Like, she kind of, to me, still acts like a kid. But then my best friend, who's younger than her, to me, feels like my age or around there. Like, she doesn't feel that young. And it's just because of a difference in life experiences. Because said friend is, like, the oldest of her siblings and has a, like, crazy family history. So yeah, it definitely does depend, and it varies. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up as my pretty little song comes to an end. This is such a chill song to end on. Anyway. Thanks for coming, everybody. It was fun. Next one will be next week. What day was it? Tuesday or Thursday? Maybe it was Tuesday. I don't know. It's scheduled. You can look on my channel. I have the next stream scheduled. It's another evening one, and then I'll do another morning one after that probably. And I think after this coming weekend, the next weekend after that, then I will start doing streams on the weekend at like an in-between time, so it's not like at this weird time. Like, this is too early for some people, and then the other stream time is too late for a lot of people. So I'll do my in-between time that I used to do on weekends when I don't have classes. But I can't do that this coming weekend because I have plans this weekend. So probably the weekend after this one. I'll see you then. Or whenever. Goodbye. This was so fun. Yay, I'm glad. Thanks for coming. Had fun chatting. Bye-bye.